your Yaka bills conveniently. Open the My Airtel app to buy Yaka units. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
Hello and welcome to News Tonight. I am Rhoda Ngonzi, on sign language Mugalu Mohammed. We will dig into it. President Yoweri Museveni has been commended for undertaking a great initiative that has seen thousands of Ugandan youth getting skilled in different vocational fields of work. This was during the passing out of 218 students who graduated at the Lango Zonal Industrial Hub in Lira City after completing an extensive 6 months vocational training in the different disciplines free of charge. Let's take a look.
President Yoweri Museveni was lauded by the State House Comptroller Jen Bareche for initiating zonal industrial hubs across the country that have equipped the youth with skills, thus improving their livelihoods. In 2020, President Yoweri Museveni implored government to allocate 130 billion shillings for the construction of 21 zonal industrial hubs across the country to enhance youth skilling and training.
The vision of the president to start skilling into these hubs was to create jobs, for you to be able to create jobs by yourselves. Because looking for jobs in this country, even if you have masters, PhD, it is not guaranteed. That's why he said, let me give these people skills, even if they are not educated, even if they've dropped out of school, even if they are from poor families, let me keep them with skills so that they can apply them somewhere to raise or to manage their household income.
The youth who graduated with Level 1 certificates from the Directorate of Industrial Training, DIT, were admitted in July 2022 for a fully sponsored 6-month skills development training on tailoring, carpentry, bakery, knitting, shoemaking, hairdressing, welding, coffee processing, stone cutting, and maize processing.
This is a life skill. It is for life.
We need to move to the next level and give this youth a true belief that they are going to fight out with the world in the challenge of producing outcome from their own skills, products that will come out from their own skills, by being supported with better equipment, better tools.
Now, when it comes to skill training, it is not about duration. It is about mastery of the skills. If you can master in 3 days, you can present yourself to the Director of Industrial Training. We come and assess you, and if you become competent, then we give you that certificate.
The beneficiaries were urged to use their acquired skills to transform their livelihood, their families, and Uganda as a whole.
Move out, try by all your means to make it a success. Apply them. Please apply them. They will help you in future. Fighting poverty in Uganda should be a supportive measure. We should handle it together. It shouldn't be one, even if the president supports, if we don't embrace it, if we don't support it, if we don't handle it on the ground, then it does not become successful.
The comptroller further said that the president will provide beneficiaries with a common user facility equipped with machines that will be used by everyone for free to manufacture different products for sale.
Now, the Vice President, Jessica Lupo, has assured teachers of government efforts to address their welfare concerns. Lupo challenges the teachers to spearhead a fight against moral decadence, which is said to be affecting children's ability to learn. This was during an engagement with teachers aimed at finding lasting remedies to education challenges in Kakumiro district. The engagement was organized by the Prime Minister, Rhoda Ngonzi, who is also the woman member of parliament for the district.
There is a tendency to extort, to ask for money from the parents for holiday coaching.
This was the report by the delivery unit of the Office of the Prime Minister. It highlighted the status of education in the Bunyoro district of Kakumiro in western Uganda. Most of the findings were not positive.
School dropout rate is on the increase, and this is accelerated by teacher absenteeism, as the pupils find no reason to go to school when the teachers are not there.
Highlighted were challenges, solutions, and recommendations, which attracted mixed reactions from teachers and their leaders.
We need the payroll cleaning to remove those dead people who are still receiving the money and other names that are appearing and receiving the money, but we can't trace the real, human beings behind them.
We are getting this information here. Everyone will be watching it. Then as if the DO will not be doing his work, the inspectors are not doing their work, the cow is not doing his work. And really,
beginning the new year, you have to choose to either be in our school so that we see you as a smart teacher, or we part. Tugenda kubagoba bannange abatadde wano okugulu. Now imagine the Prime Minister calls a meeting and some people, especially science teachers, don't show up. Oh, Prime Minister?
This was part of an engagement organized by the Prime Minister of Uganda, Rhoda Ngonzi. She decried absenteeism by teachers, leading to poor performance.
There are those who have really made it a habit to absent themselves from schools. There are those who have made it very impossible for our children to stay in school. They are here. We know there are those who have made it a habit to amass wealth through our poor parents. They are here.
Nabanja warned against overtaking of loans from banks and moneylenders.
You surrender your appointment letter. After surrendering your appointment letter, you also give in your card. And you have no access. You cannot go to the bank and say, tin, tin, tin. So you gave in yourself. And therefore some of you look at going to school as being cheated. You no longer go to school because you think you have cheated the government and you think government doesn't know.
On her part, Vice President Jessica Lupo called for shaping of morals amongst learners.
They know that the children, the students, the first teachers are their parents. You and I recognize that there is a high moral decadence in the country. That one you don't need to run away from. My second advice and request to you is to help shape the morals of our young ones from nursery, primary, secondary. Let's help the parents.
Lupo affirmed the government commitment towards addressing the welfare of teachers.
So there's nothing secret about the national budget. So when we hear government requesting that let's do it in a phased way, I would like to call upon you always to listen and be cooperative.
The engagement was also addressed by State Minister for Public Service, Mary Grace Mugasa, officials from Ministries of Public Service and Education, and Kakumiro District Local Government. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Now, the Lord Mayor Erias Lukwago is concerned about the reduced budget towards Kampala Capital City Authority. He says the move will hinder the authority's capacity to rehabilitate roads in Kampala. Lukwago is further displeased with the authority's technical wing, decrying the overinflated budget passed to facilitate road constructions in the city. He says, in comparison to any budget in East Africa for the same job, KCCA's budget is way larger.
Most of the streets in Kampala are in bad shape. And according to the Lord Mayor, Erias Lukwago, government slashed KCCA's budget from 471 to 371 billion shillings, which has affected works of the authority.
As the institution, we receive a paltry sum of 26.5 billion, which is not remitted timely for maintenance of the roads. And it doesn't come on time, to the extent that our fuel suppliers were constrained to cut off the supplies since September 2022 for want of payment of arrears totaling to Uganda shillings 2.6 billion.
However, Lukwago is uncomfortable with the technical teams allocating $287 million to merely rehabilitate 69 kilometers in Kampala, adding that these costs are by far the largest in East Africa.
Here are some of those outrageous figures for these particular roads. That is the loan from World Bank. Lukuli Nanganda Road in Machindi. It is 7.71 kilometers. It cost Uganda shillings 70.5 billion. Roughly each kilometer costing 10 billion. Kabusubu Namwayarweza in Rubaga. It is 8 kilometers. It cost 93 billion Uganda shillings. That is over 10 billion shillings per kilometer.
The Lord Mayor also harbors reservations on the $100 million allocated to buy 10 acres of land for street vendors.
10 acres. Each acre is 10 million. 1 acre in Chisenyi, in a soji area like that. In a swamp.
The Lord Mayor's concerns come at a time when different roads construction in Kampala Metropolitan have commenced. Navka Farida and Andrew Sebida.
Meanwhile, top KCCA management team led by the Executive Director Dorothy Kisaka and technical officials from the Roads Maintenance Department have today toured the ongoing road repairs and maintenance works in various parts of the city. The move comes after KCCA secured $287 million from the African Development Bank to maintain and upgrade several city notorious roads for the next 36 months.
For quite some time now, both Kampala motorists, cyclists and pedestrians have been suffering from the notorious potholes and dust from several roads in Kampala, right from the central business district and the respective city suburbs. The situation has been responsible for the constant traffic jams, accidents and to some extent loss of people's lives. This morning, the KCCA technical team, led by Executive Director Dorothy Kisaka, toured some of the roads under periodic maintenance, which included Garden City Roundabout, Sapporo Kagwa, Katwe, and finally the infamous 8-kilometer Salama Road.
What we are doing right now is doing sectional repairs as we await the overhaul. For instance, here on Salama Road, this road is going to get a complete overhaul. But we cannot wait because we need to make it motorable.
Although the periodic maintenance is part of the shillings 10 billion from government, KCCA has in addition secured a loan of $287 million from the African Development Bank, purposely for road programs in the next 36 months.
When it comes to overhauling the roads, we've received substantial funding $288 million, which is 1 trillion shillings, that is going to overhaul a total of 69 kilometers, excess of 69 kilometers. The roads we are going to rebuild are going to be wider than the current roads.
Farouk Suna, a member of the Makinde Division Council Works Committee representing Chibuli Parish, urged government to extend more funding to cover the rest of the poor roads in the division and the rest of Kampala.
We want to start this year with one of our challenges, to work on our challenges. Our challenges now, it is road network and the garbage collection. Those are one of the biggest challenges we have in the city.
Some of the pedestrians and motorists on Salama Road could not hide their joy. Edward Kolinjuko for UBC TV, Kampala.
Now, police have summoned officers who were on duty during the stampede at Freedom City Mall while people were celebrating the New Year's Eve. Fred Nanga, the police spokesperson, says investigations are being guided by the office of the DPP and several stakeholders in the incident have been summoned.
Security has established defects in the planning and control of the crossover concert on the 31st of December 2022 at Freedom City, which attracted a stampede that claimed 10 lives of revelers.
This followed legal guidance from the office of the DPP after establishing that there were defects in the planning and control of the concert that cost the lives of 9 concert goers and put others at risk.
Police has issued fresh summons to its officers who were on duty around the premises for questioning.
Also summoned are police officers and other security personnel who were deployed to secure the event. At a later stage, we shall listen to the parents of some of the children to establish how they separated from them.
Others summoned include the proprietor of the facility, ushers, bouncers, private security personnel, managers and other event organizers to facilitate the investigations.
The organizers of the event, the masters of ceremony, ushers, bouncers and private security guards who were dedicated to the event.
So far, event organizer Abe Musinguzi, AAK Abitex, was arrested, charged and remanded.
The promoter of the event, Ewan Abe Musinguzi, with 9 counts of rash or negligent acts causing death, contrary to Section 277 of the Penal Code Act.
Police is in the offing of fresh guidelines for the event management and planning to avoid the reoccurrence of such a tragic incident. Abdul Nasser Lubwama for UBC.
Transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
The Uganda Small Scale Industries Association USSIA is a business member organization for micro, small and medium industrialists that has been in existence since 1979 with over 10,000 members and 16 regional offices countrywide. USSIA's core purpose is to enhance competitiveness through development, promotion, policy and advocacy for micro, small and medium enterprises. Find us at USSIA Building, Umasho Grounds, Lugogo, or call us on 0414 574 527, 0774 130 454, or 0782 173 086. Paying your bills the old way.
Let's go. Just need to buy some power.
Paying your bills with the My Airtel app.
Bro, there's a line.
You have the power in your pocket. The power to instantly pay your bills hassle-free. Unlock that power with the My Airtel app. Visit the App Store or Google Play now.
Oh, you're back.
Oh, Susan, I want to propose to Rose. Yes, and this time I am serious.
Have you guys had sex?
Duh, of course.
And have you had sex without using condoms?
Hey, Nga, you're curious.
I'm more concerned. Are you having sex with other people?
Hey, hello, is this an interview or what?
No, just things you should think about. Do you know Rose's HIV status?
Okay, this is serious. Should I be worried?
It is actually serious. Do you know your HIV status?
I think I am safe. Many times we get into situations that put us at risk of HIV. However, the first step to ending HIV is getting tested and knowing your results.
It's Time Up HIV. Call 0800-211-046 or text 8080 toll-free for more information about how to prevent HIV.
This message is brought to you by Ministry of Health with support from USAID.
Are you tired of high fees and slow transfer time when sending money? Look no further. Airtel Money is here to revolutionize the way you move your money. We have revised our rates, and now sending money from Airtel to other networks in Uganda, East Africa, and to the rest of the world has never been more affordable. Plus, you can trust Airtel Money to get your money where it needs to go quickly and safely. Simply dial *185# and start sending money. Switch to Airtel Money today and experience unbeatable rates and top-notch services for all your local and international money transfer needs. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back. You are still watching News Tonight. Now, Uganda has been selected to host the 27th Speakers and Presiding Officers Conference of the Commonwealth, scheduled to run from the 3rd to the 6th of January next year. This was resolved during the ongoing conference in Canberra, Australia. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, described the opportunity to host the conference as a vote of confidence for the country and the government.
Parliamentary staff and observers from 32 Commonwealth parliaments are attending the 26th Speakers and Presiding Officers Conference of the Commonwealth held in Australian Parliamentary House. The presiding officers represent the breadth of parliamentary systems in the Commonwealth and are from some of the smallest to the largest of nations. The 26th conference is looking at topics relating to their roles as presiding officers, including the pandemic, security, e-parliaments, and the central role presiding officers play in leading innovations. The Parliament of Uganda has been chosen to host the next Commonwealth Speakers and Presiding Officers Conference, a very important conference which is part of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. The Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Thomas Tayebwa, who was elected Vice Chairperson of the Commonwealth Speakers and Presiding Officers Conference, said the country hopes to use the event to market some of its tourism sites.
It means a lot of revenues coming to our people. It means a lot of critical stakeholders who support us as a country coming to the country to see for themselves. The funds they help us with, the support they give us, how we use it. But also it's a huge vote of confidence within the Parliament of Uganda.
The Speaker of the National Assembly of Kenya, Moses Wetangula, pledged the support of all East African countries and members of Commonwealth to Uganda in every way possible to organize the conference it will host in 2024.
East African countries that are members of the Commonwealth, Kenya, Tanzania and Rwanda, will be supporting Uganda in every way possible to ensure that the conference they will host in 2024 is as organized and successful as the one in Canberra is. Thank you.
The Canadian Speaker of the House of Commons, Anthony Rota, said he's attracted to the natural resources of Uganda and want to develop relationships with Uganda.
It's a wonderful country which we want to develop more relationships with Canada. But more importantly, I'm looking forward to the natural resources that Uganda has. Murchison Falls is one of many that I want to visit.
The chairperson of the 26th conference and Speaker of the House of Representatives in Australia, Milton Dick, said he's looking forward to learning more about Uganda come 2024.
Forward to next year when we have the privilege and the honour to be able to visit Uganda. And I know this will be the jewel of Africa that will be shown to all of us. I look so forward to the C-Spot conference. Can I say thank you for the invite? Looking forward to seeing you Uganda.
Salinse Holly, the Speaker of the House of Commons of the United Kingdom, said he was extremely excited about a chance to visit Uganda next year. This is the first conference to be held in 3 years owing to COVID-19 restrictions, organized under the theme Electronic Parliaments, Technology Driving the Evolving Relationships Between Parliaments and the People. The first conference was held in Canada in 1969.
And the Anti-Corruption Court in Kololo has charged and remanded one Otto Rebecca and Opio Francis, a government surveyor, to Chigo and Luzira prison over fraudulent procurement of government land, titles and conspiracy to commit a felony. In the case before Magistrate Moses Nabende, the two pleaded not guilty to the alleged offences.
Otto Rebecca, aged 25 years, and Opio Francis, aged 42 years, both residents in Lila District, have appeared at Anti-Corruption Court in Kororo, following their arrest by the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, together with security operatives. The two before Magistrate Moses Nabende were charged with 2 counts of fraudulent procurement of government land title and conspiracy to commit a felony. However, they all pleaded not guilty to the alleged offences. Prosecution alleges that the two, together with other co-accused, Ogwanga Joel and Opio Francis, in August 2019, while in Lila District, Opio Francis, working as a government surveyor, and his sister Otto Rebecca conspired to steal government land by distributing it among themselves. The said government land in question is situated on Ilenda Estates plot number 35. Prosecution led by Opio Gertrude informed court that inquiries in the matter are still ongoing, thus asking court to set the hearing date. Prosecution informed court that on several occasions, Otto Rebecca skipped police bond, and it has been a struggle to have him before court. On this, he asked court to decline to grant her bail. Magistrate Moses Nabende was pleased with the prosecution prayers, thus remanding the accused to Luzira Chigo Government Prison until 28 February 2023, when the case will resume formation. Deborah Namamonde, Susan Nabugudde, UBC News.
Security chiefs of Obongi district have condemned the unlawful arrest of journalists by police on Tuesday. 4 journalists, including Scovin Seta, Ronald Debo, Mustafa Safi and Stephen Onzima, were arrested and detained for hours together with the former Obongi County MP Caps Hassan Fungaru. The 4 were released later without charges.
The other issue which came also where journalists were also arrested. I think those are because of some information of matters which they need to understand first before arresting. The road of arrest, you need to have evidence what, but journalists have got access to go in any place where possible to give better information. But I know that one, that's why they have been cautioned. But you also, press, don't put this one to be a very big subject that the press have been arrested. I'm seeing even on media. Everywhere now, journalists have been arrested. The other issue of the other one now is not there.
And later on he told us these instructions that we should be arrested were from Alibabito, where we were. From the chairman, Elise 5 of Obongi district, calling the Aradis. And the chairman of Obongi were also talking with the chairman of Moyo, Mr. Anyama Williams. Remember when we were on the radio talk show the other day, on the issue of the Laropi Bridge construction project advocacy and launch and lobbying program. Anyama was referring to the army. Anyama did not want this program to take place. That the army, the police, the army would come in. So this is an arranged thing, arranged between these chairpersons. Ours is, we are making a statement about development, the long-awaited bridge at Laropi, the Laropi Bridge. Why delay up now?
I've been informed that the former MP of Obongi, Fungaro Caps, was arrested. Those are subversive acts. He was doing some his own meanings. When I call own meanings, I mean that he went there to go and make some unreasonable statements so that people should not do government projects. And that's why we call it a very unprofessional way. And he is not an MP, he is a former MP. And being a former MP, you are not supposed also to go to address people on government projects. You are not an MP.
And Uganda Muslim Supreme Council has urged all Muslim institutions to be registered under the Muslims education sector. During a press briefing that was held at Uganda Muslim Supreme Council headquarters in Kampala, Haji Ramadan Mugalu, the General Secretary, said this is meant to ease management and supervision of the schools.
Government has partnered with Uganda Muslim Supreme Council to have all Muslim-founded institutions registered under the Muslims education sector. The Secretary General, Uganda Muslim Supreme Council, Haj Ramadan Mugalu, says this will help ease management and supervision of the curriculum and syllabi.
That we encourage you first to register schools and madrasas under the Uganda Muslim Supreme Council Department of Education. Because we have seen so many people are trying to use Islam. First of all, the image which they give Islam is un-Islamic. And they are trying to use Islam for politics, for economics, and other aspects. As I speak now, we have a well-streamlined syllabus or syllabi.
Mugalu also urged Muslims across the country to utilize land and other resources available for development.
Use the resources that we have for development of Ummah, including land. We have had a lot of saga, a lot of confusion because of the resources that we have, and the resources are redundant. So we call upon all the new leaders to use the resources that we have.
He advised all riders and drivers to be conscious to protect other road users and minimize accidents.
Call upon Ugandans to take safety measures against the increasing accidents. We have seen increasing road accidents since we began the festive season of Christmas and the preceding days that went on up to now as I speak. Accidents are numerous on the roads, so we call upon Ugandans, especially the drivers, even those who are driven, don't allow to be overdriven. Please, your voice matters in this concern.
Meanwhile, Haj Ramadan Mugalu expects new strategic plans from the new elected Muslim leadership. Justin Nakami reporting for UBC.
The festive season is here and it's Christmas in 4G from Airtel. Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda, now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes! 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones this holiday season.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. Happy holidays this festive season with Airtel, the smartphone network.
Over the years, we've dreamed to get onto the world stage. We've had that dream crushed. We've witnessed a total defeat of what could have been our greatest moment. We've felt our spirits go up, only to take a hard fall. We've had our fires burn out and leave only scars. We've seized the wind and had it pulled from our grasp. We've seen pain and we've seen loss of the last fragments of hope. But we are made of resilience, and resilience never stops dreaming. So, we will dream even bigger with the Cranes Cup Bowl 2026. Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup.
Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup. For every Now Special you buy, we will give 50 shillings to the Uganda Cranes 2026 fund. You will also get the chance to choose how the Cranes Cup Bowl contributions are spent. Now Special, official beer of the FIFA World Cup and official beer partner of the Uganda Cranes.
Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
It's super fast internet. Oh, it's a super camera. It's a super battery.
Phone battery full.
Yeah, it's a super deal. Get the Kabode Super from MTN now at a reduced initial deposit of only 49,000 shillings and pay the balance in Pola for as low as 833 shillings per day. Grab this Super Kabode deal this Christmas and get 2 GB of free MTN data every month for 8 months. Get the Kabode Super now from any MTN shop countrywide. Everywhere you go, MTN. Regulated by UCC.
We can't tolerate sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment is unacceptable in our school.
Because a good school equals a better life.
Raising voices.
The Tales of Kasozi, brought to you by Uganda Communications Commission.
Yes, hello? This is Kasozi. How can I help you?
Calling you from the mobile service center.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Well,
We have noticed a few things wrong with your number and need your mobile money PIN.
Tonfera, never give out your password or PIN to any caller. Your mobile service provider will never call or ask for your personal details. If in doubt, go to your nearest phone service center.
This message is powered by UCC, MTN, Airtel, Bank of Uganda, and NPSP Association.
You are still watching News Tonight. The NRM leaders in Nakasongola district have been urged to avoid hypocrisy in order to maintain the integrity of the party and its achievements. This was in the meeting of the NRM leaders in the district who also endorsed President Yoweri Museveni to contest as NRM flag bearer come 2026 general elections.
The National Resistance Movement leaders, members of parliament and the local district leaders in Nakasongola have endorsed President Yoweri Museveni to stand and contest as flag bearer NRM come 2026. These leaders under the campaign Omalako Jaja Tova Kumain signed the portrait with words, "Jaja, we command you to stand again 2026 and beyond." They said, following several achievements in the country, including peace and stability, development, among others, they endorsed President Museveni. The communication manager of the campaign, Omalako Jaja Tova Kumain 2026, in the office of the national chairman, Ibrahim Chitata, commended leaders in Nakasongola for joining several districts across the country that already endorsed President Museveni in 2026.
This spirit of continuing to give NRM and Uganda good leadership should continue in all corners of the country. We thank them, and this spirit should be spread in all sub-counties and villages of Nakasongola to ensure that we continue to have 100% support.
The Nakasongola District Woman Member of Parliament, Zawede Victorious Naranzi, says regarding the developments, peace and stability across the country, despite several challenges, as leaders in Nakasongola decided to support Museveni to protect the country and the party achievements. She, however, condemned the increasing levels of teenage pregnancies in the district, especially in towns like Mijera and landing sites on Lake Choga, and urged parents to own their responsibilities.
And I just am appealing to parents that let them please promote children's rights. However, they should also impact more into our children, because to every cultural institution has its moral behaviors. So if we bring all the moral behaviors into our children, as well as we cooperate with their rights, I think we shall move ahead.
The members of parliament, the LC5 and NRM leaders in Nakasongola district defended their decision of endorsing President Museveni standing 2026.
We are endorsing this as the president of the Republic of Uganda for 2026 simply because he's a top scorer and still scoring.
Something has been done. When you look at community development, a number of programs have been ushered in, like the Myoga, like the parish development model.
Sabatuyambe, waliwo space. Abenakasongola muli balungi nnyo. Obumu bwabwe busobola okubafunyisa buli kye mwagala. Kuba mulina eddoboozi litya. Naye bwe wanaaba.
I'm Nafka Farida and Salongo Kasibante.
Now, the Prime Minister Bunyoro Kingdom, Andrew Byakutaga, is concerned that the current generation, especially the youth, have discarded the traditional beliefs, norms and practices in society, regarding them as primitive due to advancement in science and technology. He was speaking during the training of county and sub-county clan heads on practices, artifacts and norms cherished by members of society in Greater Chibale.
Youth spend much time on social media like WhatsApp and in towns watching television, which leaders in Chibale say has affected proper adaptation to traditional beliefs and norms. Bunyoro Kingdom Social and Cultural Affairs Coordinator Robert Rukahemumura said there is need to uphold cultural norms, values and practices in order to promote identity, stability, unity and prosperity. He further emphasized the need for Greater Chibale residents to cherish traditional values, practices, languages, education and vocational training.
For instance, iron works, called carpentry. There are other work related to pottery, crafts, as well as encouraging our children to attain vocational education. We have some few clans which have already started saving and trade schemes. We have some clans which are running joint ventures.
Paul Masengere and Ignatius Tibamwenda says religious leaders interfere with kingdom cultural norms and practices during funeral services by giving instructions in the order of service and blamed kingdom officials of being reluctant on cultural issues.
People believe it covers the beliefs, it covers the food, it covers the language. So we are what we are because of our culture. In other words, culture defines us. As Bunyoro, we have a way of living, we have a language we use, we have
The Chibale District Clan leader, Kayongo Leonard, asked government to consider demands of Bunyoro, such as land titles, counties, and asked kingdom officials to come on ground and sensitize the young generation on cultural issues.
Uganda has rich culture and heritage sites spread across the country. Nyero rock paintings in Angora district and Kakoro rock paintings in Bukedea district in eastern region of the country are fascinating. These unique sites, endemic to Uganda, have massive potential in steering the growth and development of the tourism sector. Get to know more about some of Uganda's rich cultural and heritage sites in the following report by Dennis Sigor.
Nyero rock paintings in Ngora district, eastern Uganda, exhibit real truth about the existence of the smartest people that came before the modern-day civilization. Estimates put the rock art anywhere between 3,000 and 12,000 years old.
This is a very interesting place. When you enter number 2, there are some pictures showing that God was here. That's why these people from Sosa, they come and pray there. And they say, God rested here. Because when you enter number 2, you find that there are some paintings look like Virgin Mary, Jesus and so on, and the boats and so everything are there.
These painted rocks of different sizes and shapes, sometimes called a kindness stone, is simply a rock that someone has decorated with an inspirational message. Locals here bear traditional beliefs about the rocks and the paintings and hence guard it jealously.
There are sites which can attract everybody to learn about history. This is Teso cultural site where Teso performed rituals long time ago and still perform rituals from here like fertility, blessing, healing and other cultural activities. Cultural activities here, like the people come for perform rituals like pray for a child. Woman, if a woman fails to get a child, they come to pray from here to get a child, or healings, or blessings. There is a special groups who always come here and perform. Pray for somebody to get a luck or a chance.
The less known Kakoro rock paintings in Bunyoro district are some of the less visited attractions in Uganda, yet very interesting to visit as it has very rich history.
According to sources, it has been revealed that these were old rock paintings right from our grandparents who lived here some time back, perhaps starting from right the time of the Stone Age men. So these writings have been here. We've also tried to do our level best to protect these paintings, but I think it is very important that the government has come in to come and help us. You know, for us as residents, we've been taking this place not as so serious as we have come to realize.
Bunyoro and Kakoro in Teso sub-region are justified by their prehistoric values and hence recognized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. All the tangible cultural and heritage sites are under the Department of Uganda Museums in the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities. Dennis Igoa for UBC News.
And a 2-year-old baby boy in Hoima City has been hospitalized at Destiny Medical Center in Kiriatete after he was hit by a stray bullet fired by a police flying squad unit officer attached to the Albertine Regional Police. Now, the incident happened in Kiriatete in Hoima East Division, Hoima City along Hoima Fort Porter Road, when security operatives under the police flying squad unit were pursuing suspected cattle thieves who were traveling in a Toyota Wish registration number UBB 533X, white in color.
A 2-year-old baby has been shot by security operatives under police flying squad unit and hospitalized in Destiny Medical Center in Hoima. The gunshot victim has been identified as Altakabil Chakhaire, a son of Ashraf Chakhaire and Margaret Atuhura, resident of Bulemwa village in Hoima West Division, Hoima City. Margaret Atuhura, the mother of the victim, says the driver of the Toyota Wish in reverse knocked a Toyota Ipsum car that had plain-clothed people, and one of them opened fire.
But
some of the eyewitnesses have explained that the officers in an Ipsum vehicle who had come to arrest occupants of a Toyota Wish car opened fire when the driver knocked their vehicle while trying to escape. Ashraf Chataire, the father of the victim, has said that the minor sustained a bullet wound above his right ear.
Because the bullet, it has really penetrated up to the skull. So I don't know, there is a big wound.
Innocent Kusima, the medical clinical officer at Destiny Medical Center, where the minor is being hospitalized, said that the boy has suffered a deep cut wound.
To the head. There was no perforation to the head. It was just sort of cut wound, superior, but it was full depth. Minor bone involvement, which was outer, not inside. So there was no crack going into the brain, into the head.
The Albertine Region Police spokesperson ASP Julius Hakiza Alan has noted that police regret the incident, saying it was a recroached bullet after it hit a hard surface.
The bullet was his intention was to shoot the tires, but which tires, of course, on a vehicle that was moving, it ended up now hitting the rough surface and injured the kid. We cannot distance ourselves from them. We shall keep on also visiting them and see. Then we see how we can talk to them. But it was not intended, and we do apologize.
He has also explained that the officers continued to pursue the vehicle and impounded it after the occupants abandoned it in Kasingo village, Hoima West Division. The car was later driven and parked at the Albertine regional offices as the hunt for the suspects is underway.
The festive season is here and it's Christmas in 4G from Airtel. Get the most affordable 4G smartphone in Uganda, now heavily discounted from 250,000 shillings to 150,000 shillings only. Yes! 150,000 shillings only to keep you connected to your loved ones this holiday season.
Dial *175*94# to activate free 1 GB instantly and 100% double data on all weekly and monthly bundles for 3 months. Get one today while stock lasts from the nearest Airtel shop. Happy holidays this festive season with Airtel, the smartphone network.
Now in sports, the Uganda junior tennis team was flagged off this morning for the International Tennis Federation Confederation of African Tennis East African Junior Teams competition happening in Burundi from the 7th to the 14th of January this year. The 7 countries, including Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Comoros Island, Ethiopia and Eritrea, will participate in this event, which is a pathway for the qualification of the African Junior Championship.
A team of 11 players, including Abdul Senjoya, Hilda Afoyoroth, Abigail Nabisinga, Troy Ziwa, among others, will represent Uganda in the under-14 and under-16 category at the Tennis East Africa Junior Teams competition in Burundi from the 7th to the 14th of January 2023. The team that was flagged off today at the Uganda Olympic Committee offices in Lugogo will go against 6 countries, including neighbors Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and others.
The culmination of this struggle and this taking them to the games is as a result of the junior tennis initiative that has been ongoing for some time. And this is one of the tournaments that they play, or what they go through before they can get into the semi-professional levels, or to play the African Games and to play the Olympic Games in this election.
And for us, having this junior program with the support through the Council of Sports that has made sure there is a facility that we can call home where all our junior players are training, I think it has been very important, and you will begin to see more of our athletes in the youth games, whether it be it Olympics or All Africa Games. We're very ambitious about building the program further, which is why you see we're increasing on the structures, increasing on the local competitions, and increasing on the follow-up of these athletes.
The tournament will be played in singles and doubles. The singles will be played using a feeding system where each player will progress as normal, basing on a win or loss. The doubles, on the other hand, will be played on a knockout basis.
There been some key coaches from other programs, development programs like Vincent, who came in, really gave us a good approach to the kids. Hoping to have the best out of them. A lot has been done mentally and then physically with Coach Emma, and we hope to the best.
I'm very happy to represent Uganda in Burundi. It's such an honor. We've been training as a team, we've been working on our weaknesses, and I'm very sure we are ready to go and win the gold medals. We hope to perform at our very best and bring back the medals back home.
At the end of the event, a final country ranking will be determined on the basis of accumulation of points for both the boys and the girls. This competition is a pathway for the qualification to the African Junior Championship. Grace Joyce Kemigisa, UBC News.
As that Minister for Sports Peter Ogwang has confirmed a 65% budget cut for the sports sector. This was during the 12th National Sports Forum, at which he quarterly engages federation heads on key matters.
Sports Federation leaders have during the 12th Sports Forum learnt about the sector's 65% budget cut.
As released for Q3, recurrent and development and external financing, also including wage and non-wage expenses for the quarter. And the bad news is that Council has only been allocated 3.8 billion, of which only 298,666,111 is money meant for 51 federations. You can calculate.
As government, we have been overstretched because first of all we must acknowledge that some government is still recovering from the COVID effects. That's point number one. And it's not only Uganda, it's global. If you look at the global trend and global performance of the economies, there are areas where some of them have not done to their expectations. But nevertheless, we had a budget which was approved by Parliament to a tune of, as far as NCS is concerned, about 47.6 something billion. As far as the reasons are concerned, because of the economy not performing well, we have had effects into us directly as a sports subsector. But I want again to reiterate this. We are in constant engagement with the Minister of Finance.
The minister also addressed several key issues and promised better funding and facilities, while urging federations to lay emphasis on talent identification. Government is also intent on increasing remuneration to athletes that represent the country, especially at the Commonwealth, Olympics and All Africa Games, and reducing number of unnecessary officials on foreign trips. John.
Well, that does it for News Tonight. Thank you for sticking with us throughout the hour. Mugalu Mohammed on sign language. I am Rhoda Ngonzi. Have yourselves a lovely night.
Good evening. I'm Juliet Nanteza with the latest weather updates from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Most parts of the country had sunny intervals, and this is due to the strong monsoon winds blowing into our country, and these have left our skies with dry and hazy conditions. In the morning, we expect sunny conditions in the northern parts of our country. The Lake Victoria Basin, we expect some light showers, and then the western, we expect some sunny intervals. Later on in the afternoon, the northern part, again, we expect sunny conditions. The Lake Victoria Basin and some parts in the southwestern Uganda, we expect light showers. Temperatures are expected to rise to 33 in the Karamoja region, the north at maximum of 32, Kasese at a maximum of 30, Kampala at a maximum of 27, and then Kabale Highlands at a maximum of 23. Elsewhere, Abu Dhabi is expected to be with bright and sunny conditions at a maximum of 28, Cairo at a maximum of 20, Beijing, Washington, and then London are quite chilly at a maximum of 5 in Beijing. That's all we had for you from Uganda National Meteorological Authority. Stay tuned and stay blessed.
UBC, inspiring Uganda. Happiness comes to us in many places. It's in knowing the mosquito net keeps our children healthy. The wife having the support of her husband. It's in deciding together when to have a baby. And for some, focusing on what's important right now. So what's your happiness? Make the right health decisions to ensure happiness for you and your family.